Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Well, today I'm reviewing what probably is the hottest cigar out there. It's talked about. I see it online everywhere. This is the All Out Kings. And this is the Smash 5x52. There is your density. Now you can tell from these lights, this is a very oily wrapper, very shiny. This is a collaboration between Caldwell Cigar and Drew Estate. The cigar is comprised of a Connecticut stalk cut and sun cured Habano wrapper, an Indonesia Sumatra binder, and the filler is comprised of Jalapa Viso, Esteli Viso, Dominican C98 Seco, and Connecticut broadleaf Lajero. That's a mouthful. When asked about the blend, Willie Herrera from Miami, Florida, noted working with Caldwell was challenging because he is very specific on what he likes and does not like with a Maduro blend. So that's sort of the long and the short of it. This is very hot topic right now, so let's get right to it. Let's get to the review of the new All Out Kings Smash. I had one of the Forever Last recently, 6 1/4 by 54 is the largest size they make. So today I'm reviewing this Robusto size, the Smash. You cannot miss that oily wrapper. That is really nice looking. One of the best things about the cigar so far. All right, we've got a good draw. All right. The biggest thing you're going to notice right up front are the dark notes. It's a very dark noted cigar. There is a lot of earthy coffee, leather, prominent amounts of both of those. There is some modest sweetness from cedar, a dry cedar, and a little bit of sweet cream. Percentage wise, you're looking at 70-30. 70% dark notes, 30% sweet notes. That's almost generous. It's very dark noted. Black pepper at around a 7. Nothing spectacular, but it's starting out as a very dark noted cigar. And for those of you Caldwell cigar lovers that are expecting anything massively sweet, it is not starting that way. But we'll see where we go from here. Well, I'm about an inch in, and the leather notes have sort of decreased. They're really floundering downward. The earthy coffee is still quite prominent. In the leather's place, or hiding it, are chocolate notes. The cedar has a little twang to it now. I'm not going to say because there's so much Nicaraguan tobacco it has an orange citrus. There is a twang to the cedar, which elevates its sweetness. Before, I said it was a 70-30 split. Now it's probably working its way towards 60-40. The sweetness has come up, but the dark notes are still the main dominant flavor. The cigar, oddly enough, is not very full-bodied. I would call it medium, working its way toward medium to full. The finish is very much a cream. With a touch of chocolate influence. It's not a chocolatey cream, it's cream with a touch of chocolate. There is some lingering black pepper, not a lot. So at an inch in, things have changed somewhat. Well, I'm pretty much at the midpoint. Ash still intact. Don't know for how much longer. But the sweeter notes and the darker notes are still competing for dominance. Well, the darker notes are winning still. It's still roughly that 60-40 split. Now, the leather notes have returned. I'm getting many more of them now. It's funny how after about an inch they seem to decrease, but now they're back. The cedar still has that twang to it, some sweetness to it. The cream notes I spoke of early on, I don't really get anymore, except on the finish. At times, I'm getting a little dry cocoa in that cedar. The chocolate notes are the chocolate notes I speak of. Call them dark chocolate. They are dark chocolate, not a sweet chocolate, not a sweet milk chocolate. Probably you could call it medium to full bodied now. But other than those notes of any changes I mentioned, nothing else has changed. Finish is the same. Oh well, one note of change. The lingering pepper on the finish has gone up somewhat. Quite a bit. It's noticeable now, very noticeable. Whereas before it was just there. I knew it was there. I tasted it, but it wasn't popping. Now it's starting to be a little more in percentage. It's not a pop, pop, pop black pepper, but it's there. So at the midpoint, that's where we are. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. Cigar pretty much stayed on the same trajectory, didn't change much at all. Here at the end, in the final third, I started to get some of that rooty vegetable type flavor, similar to the Organosa tobacco, but that has none of that. It just had that some of that flavor. The coffee notes, the dark chocolate notes, the leather, all still very prominent. The cedar lost its twang, still had flashes of that dry cocoa attached to it. And you had that mix of the rooty vegetable type flavor. Pepper didn't really change. Strength was about medium to full, stayed about that same. Finish is unchanged. This is an interesting cigar, very dark noted, very little sweetness. Evidently, that's what Caldwell was going for when he said he was picky about what he wanted. Evidently, he wants a dark noted cigar with little sweetness, and that must be what he wanted, and that's what he got. Person, personally, it's not my thing. I mean, it's okay. And go ahead and write your hate mail, hate comments if you think I'm wrong. But I'm telling you what I taste and what I think about the cigar. So it lacked for me a lot. The sweetness could have been highly elevated. The dark notes just overshadowed everything. But if that's what you like, then this will be for you. These are not inexpensive. This Robusto size, I believe, was 12 at 13. The cigar I had the other day, the 6 1/4 by 54, it was like 15, close to 16. Not inexpensive at all. So make your mind up based on the flavors. If you haven't had these yet, that's what you can expect. If that sounds like something you would like, go for it. For me, it's an 89. I did not find a lot of things that would make me want to buy this cigar again. So, as I said, some of you will hate me, some of you will agree, but that's how I feel about it. A lot of hype around this cigar right now. A lot of hype, and I'm always wondering if the hype is worthwhile. And for me, in this case, it wasn't. So there you have it. The new All Out Kings Smash 89.